Okay. Good morning, Nelly.
Yeah, good morning.
Mhm. So, how have you been?
Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm okay, and then nothing
Mhm.
special. Just
Mhm.
nowadays, I'm not
Mhm.
busy in my office, and
Mhm.
then but the weather is not good. It's a little bit
Mhm.
cold
Mhm.
because the spring is coming,
Mhm.
but until now it's a little bit cold.
Oh, I see. Hmm. Well, here in the Philippines, we're
Mm.
experiencing our very first typhoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, what you call this? It's like one of the biggest parts of the Philippines is
Mm.
yeah, one of the biggest parts here in the Philippines is
Mm.
in, what do you call this? Um, flooded.
Oh.
It's flooded by the typhoon because it was very strong,
Oh.
and the focal point was, what do you call this? Yeah, the focal, the central point, or the
Singapore.
eye. Yeah,
Mm.
the eye of the typhoon is,
Mm.
you know, really strong.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if you take a look at the pictures right now in the southern part
Mm.
of the
Okay.
Philippines,
Mm.
it's really flooded right now, which is
Flooded.
why, yeah, which is
Mm.
why the president has what do you call this, explored or um, observed what he will do
Mm.
by going towards there with a chopper.
Mm.
Yeah, it's quite the same with the last time or what typhoon that we had last year before
Wow.
the year ended
I
here.
guess the most
Hmm.
building is what about this? The most of house
Hmm.
is oh my god.
See,
Yeah.
it's quite what do you call it? Sad to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a little bit hard to recognize where is the sea, where is
Yeah.
the just land.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Some of the
Wow.
houses have sunk in there already.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
That's
I guess
that's just yesterday.
yesterday.
Hmm.
Oh.
It started,
Oh my
but
god.
today I think
Mm.
I'm I'm not sure if the typhoon has already left the
Mm.
Philippine area of responsibility, but
Mm.
you know we're still keep tracking it of it.
Mm.
Hmm.
I guess I guess they need a little bit dam or some.
Hmm.
They also move the other place is a little
Hmm.
bit higher place than
Hmm.
this because then it looks like some little bit
Hmm.
low
Hmm.
place.
Yeah.
And then is this the most of house nearby the some
Hmm.
sea? Yeah,
Hmm.
so it's a little bit easy to flooding.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yes, that's true.
And then the most of
Looking at
house
that.
is
Hmm. Hmm.
made by just wood.
Hmm. Yes,
Mm.
that's true.
Mm.
Because I think on the southern part of
Mm.
the country, which is in Mindanao, it's
Mm.
like they're still, living in traditional houses, which are made in
Ah.
wood. Not all of them are, or not all of the houses are made with concrete, which
Ah.
is something that's, that has to be looked upon. But
Mm.
in the previous years, I think there weren't any much of a problems like this.
Mm.
But I think, yeah, you're right. It's because of, you know, rivers and canals
Mm-hmm.
being clogged,
Cloth.
clogged, or being
Cloth.
blocked.
Block.
Yeah, blocked by, what do you call this?
Mm.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
see.
that's one of the main reasons why, you know,
Mm.
whenever a typhoon passes by that certain spot, it's like maybe an hour or
Ah,
two, the flood will always rise.
yeah,
They
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
yeah, they don't have what do you call this? A good drainage system.
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
Mm, yeah.
yeah, drainage system, right?
Yes.
It's very important. And
Mhm.
then when I just stay in some 3 months in
Mhm.
Cebu, and then at the
Mhm.
time one day is it's rain. The rain was
Mhm.
catch and all. So,
Mhm.
but what about this? Cebu's is drainage system is not good. Yeah,
Mhm.
drainage system is not good. So sometimes, and
Mhm.
then they also a lot of garbage
Mhm.
in on the street. So
Mhm.
sometimes it's clogged.
Mhm.
This garbage clogged
Mhm.
some drainage system.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it's a little bit easy to plot it. Yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, maybe. And then what
Mhm.
about this? It when it's raining a lot at the
Mhm.
time, we have to watch some other of
Mhm.
garbage on the sea
Mhm.
or some the other place.
Mhm.
So, and then I also have some remember last
Mhm.
autumn. Uh, Normally, when it's autumn season, it's
Mhm.
just a little rain. But
Mhm.
last autumn season,
Mhm.
one day
Mhm.
we is the raining was
Mhm.
the rain was catchando, and then
Mhm.
on the street a lot of leaf, a lot of
Mhm.
leaf. So
Mhm.
this leaf drugged some drain system. Mm.
Mhm.
So some of the
Mhm.
places are very proud. Yeah.
Ah,
So
I see. So it's like it's one cause of clugging.
right.
Mm.
So sometimes it's a
Mhm.
little bit easy to clog
Mhm.
the drain system
Mhm.
because of some of the garbage and leaf. Yeah,
Mhm.
so leaves. Yeah, so
Mhm.
what about this? Just cleaner. Yeah,
Mhm.
just cleaner man. Just what about
Mhm.
clean these leaves.
Mhm.
Mm. But it's a little bit hard to clean the other of the leaves. Mm.
Mm. I see. Well, what do you call this? It's like, yeah, we're obliged to clean the surrounding every time in order for us not to experience these kinds of things. But you can see how, every typhoon disciplines the people. It's
Mm.
like, you know, for me, I'm not sure if people are really into, cleaning most of the stuff that,
Mm.
they know that will affect them very much.
Mm.
That is why I think these kinds of things happen. But in some points, it's like they blame, what do you call this, illegal mining as one of the, what do you
Mm.
call this, causes of, flooding in
All
most
right.
of these parts of the provinces.
Mm.
It's like it's because they're, um, because of the mining scheme or the mining system. It's like the land is being, destroyed, which
Mm.
is why it is easier for water to get passed through everything already. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
sometimes Gangnam area also
Mhm.
it happens
Mhm. Mhm.
to be flooding. Yeah.
Mhm.
So because
Mhm.
sometimes
Mhm.
Gangnam area is a little bit
Mhm.
lower place,
Mhm.
and then they also have some great drain system, but sometimes
Mhm.
someone just throw some
Mhm.
garbage,
Mhm.
and then I guess
Mhm.
they also a lot of
Mhm.
how can I say that is cigarette, cigarette bottle.
Mhm.
Yes, there's on the street a lot of cigarette. So
Ah,
sometimes
I
it's
see. Mhm.
clogged drain system.
Mhm.
So and then nowadays Gangnam area doesn't have any. What about this? Uh,
Gangnam?
yeah, Gangnam area, Gangnam area. In
Mm.
Seoul part name is Gangnam area, and then
Mhm.
쓰레기통? They don't have any public waste, public
Mhm.
waste basket. Mm.
Mhm. I
So
see. Mhm.
sometimes someone just throw some of there's a trash on the street.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm.
I see. Hmm. Well, given the current situation, I think it's somehow what do you call this? It's like you can see the discipline of people really not being good, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. As for me, I would always, what do you call this? I would always, um, whenever I have trash that I
Mm.
have in my hand, I would always try to, look for a garbage bin or a
Ah,
trash
really?
can in order for me to, throw
Mm.
it away.
Mm.
But because of, the lack of garbage bins and trash cans in a certain place, that makes people undisciplined, which is why maybe they'll be impatient and then throw
Mm.
away their garbage everywhere,
Mm.
right?
Right, right, right.
Yeah,
Mm.
there you go. Well, somehow in Korea, do you experience, um, something similar to this one? It's like, is there a place that is always getting flooded whenever,
Mm.
there's a strong typhoon coming by?
Yeah, last year, it's not
Mhm.
my place, my mother's
Mhm.
place,
Mhm.
a little bit, what about this flooding? A little bit, a little bit. So, because
Mhm.
uh, the dam have some
Mhm.
damage, yeah,
Mhm.
a dam had some damage, so
Mhm.
it's some little bit broken.
Mhm.
So, a lot of what about water is flowed some this land, this
Mhm.
my mother's land.
Mhm.
So my mother is okay, but
The place
when
isn't.
yeah, and then
Mm.
sometimes
Mhm.
they cannot control some dam, and then because
Mhm.
sometimes they also have some what about this
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
predicted some
Mhm.
anticipate
Mhm.
the next day's weather. Maybe so, and
Mm.
then at the time they have to open there's a gate. Yeah,
Mhm.
because uh, sometimes when it rains a lot, at the time it's
Mhm.
flood some of the dam. So it's a
Mhm.
little bit easy to block this dam because of the
Ah, great.
rain.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they had they also check the weather and then
Mhm.
anticipate how much the
Mhm.
rain it's raining. Yeah. So,
Mm.
but they didn't anticipate this situation. So
Mhm.
they didn't open this gate, dam gate.
Mm. Mhm.
So one time there is uh, got some damage.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's broken. So a lot of people lost some there's a house
Mhm.
because of this dam.
Mhm.
So yeah, I guess the government arrest
Mhm.
these people,
Mhm.
these people to what about this to check this dam. So
Mhm.
yeah, sometimes dam is
Mhm.
a little bit nice to what about this
Mhm. Contain the
pour
water, right?
water or some pour
Mhm.
our 농사
Mhm.
it's farming, just farming.
Mhm.
Yeah, but sometimes it makes some other of issue, and then
Mhm.
they also check that there's a system, dam system.
Mhm.
Mm,
Mhm.
mm,
Hmm. I see. Okay.
mm.
Well, looking at it, it's like, you know, here in the Philippines, like in our place, we have a certain dam for,
Ah,
uh, yeah, our electricity. So it's like nearby our place. So it's like whenever there's a strong typhoon,
mm,
people who live nearby that place are really, you know, worried because um, if a strong typhoon passes by, the water level of the dam also rises, in
mm.
which they have to release some water or a portion of water in order for the dam to
Wow.
have its stationary water
Oh
just
my
stay
God.
there in that
Yeah.
level. So whenever they release, there's a strong pressure of water coming
Mm,
out of the dam, right? Which
right.
affects, the nearby forests or the nearby houses.
Wow.
So they get flooded as well.
Mm,
Yeah, or the nearby city gets flooded because of it, which is, you know, a little bit understandable because if they don't, what do you call this, release water,
mm,
um, maybe the dam will, overflow and it'll start to, you have its cracks
crack.
in which we don't want, right?
Right, right, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes
Mhm.
the government
Mhm.
what about recommend us to move the some higher
Mhm.
place, and then
Mhm.
sometimes we also
Mhm.
on summer
Mhm.
season some are part a lot
Mhm.
of some issue, and then they also
Mhm.
same issue prodding there's a place. So
Mhm.
the government also ask them to move the others,
Mhm.
um, but they don't have enough money to move the others house.
Mhm.
So
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
one time the government what about this rent some of
Mhm.
the place, rent some
Mhm.
of the new place
Mhm.
for these guys.
Uh,
So they just spend cheaper
mhm.
than others house,
Mhm.
and then they also move the new house. So that's so
Mhm.
nice to what about this
Mhm.
to what about this to just clean this house because it's
Ah.
a little bit hard and they spend a lot of money to clean
Mhm.
those kind of this place, and then
Mhm.
what else build some of the
Mhm.
building, and then
Mhm.
check that there's a bridge. Yeah,
Mhm.
so sometimes it's a little bit nice to move the other place for
Mhm.
these guys. Yeah,
Mm. I see.
instead of some cleaning this place. Mm.
Mhm. It's like he won't have any choice already, isn't it?
Right,
Because of
right,
what's
right.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
this government
Mhm.
also spend a
Mhm.
lot of money for them. So,
Mhm.
but if
Mhm.
maybe if they also have some thinking to move the other's house, and then but
Mhm.
sometimes it's a little bit hard to move to move the other place because of there's
Mhm.
job. Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
someone have some what about this mm, have some PC. No, some of their job is also PC. Some of the
Mhm.
PC on
Mhm.
nearby this sea,
Mhm.
because and then
Mhm.
if they move the others land
Mhm.
at time, it's
Mhm.
a little bit hard to keep this job. Yeah,
Mm.
so sometimes I guess they would lost their job if they move the other's house.
Mhm.
So they know that it's a little bit nicer to move to the other's house, but
Mhm.
they also worried about they lost their job, and then
Yeah, yeah,
they
that's true.
also find the other's jobs. But you know
Mhm.
that it's a little bit hard to change
Mhm.
their job. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So one
Uh-huh.
day is one people just to what about this to make some of the land, and then they also
Mhm.
have some farming. Yeah, but
Mhm.
one day they what about this move the other's job is
Mhm.
like what about
Mhm.
this okay, it's a
Mhm.
fisherman. Yeah, fisherman.
Mhm.
It's a little bit
Mhm.
hard that, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
I see. Okay. Well, these things really are very important to consider, especially if, you know, you don't have or you'll be having your last resort or last choice
Mm.
for your life to be in good hands, right?
Mm,
It's
right.
like for some people, yes, they choose to live in a different place, but it'll be hard for them to start again because
Ah, yeah.
they have to leave their jobs, their current jobs, because of what is
Mm.
happening, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's one good thing about
Mm.
living in the highlands
Mm.
because looking at how um, floods and waters are affecting,
Mm.
cities in lowlands, it's quite devastating. However, here in the highlands, our current problem is the landslides and, what do you call this? Yeah, landslides, landslides and rocks falling.
Mm.
Yeah, those
Rocks
are
falling.
our current, yeah,
Mm. Mm.
or rock slide. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, those
Rock
are
slide.
our current. Yeah,
Mm.
those are our current issues in this
Right.
kind in this what do you call this place. But somehow, you know, I think that was way back 11 or 12 years ago, where
Mm.
our place, or told you we have a strawberry field in at the back of our house, right?
Oh.
I think 12 years ago, the strawberry field got flooded because of the very strong typhoon.
Mm.
Yeah, which is why, I was thinking that maybe back then, our drainage systems were not that good. That's why
Mm.
our local city government, tried to improve it in a way. And I guess, looking at how things are going right now, we don't
Mm.
experience it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
sometimes some of the other teacher also watched
Mhm.
some of the see me also
Mhm.
watched some of the show me a lot of pictures,
Mhm. Mhm.
rock slide, and then
Mhm.
they a lot of
Mhm.
some teacher also
Mhm.
through this way,
Mhm.
yeah, to go to their office. So
Mhm.
sometimes they make some issue, and then
Mhm.
they also late to go to the there's a
Their houses.
workplace, yeah, work
Yeah,
and
or
there's
workplaces.
house because of the
Mhm.
landslides.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
so
see.
yeah, it's a little bit hard to check this, and then
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
I guess your place is a very great
Mhm.
forest,
Yeah.
forest. So
Yes.
sometimes it happen. Yeah.
Mhm. I see. Well, anyhow, at least we had a fruitful talk for this time, right?
Right.
I'll be talking to you again then on Friday, okay?
Oh, good. Yeah.
Okay. So enjoy the rest of the day, Nelly, and I'll see you
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Friday. Yeah. Bye bye.